Very good question, first of all. The opportunities I see is it's two industries that are heavily regulated that have their own challenges. And with the rising ecosystem of neobanks, as it be called, like Revolut and others, banks are getting under pressure. And in some countries, the telcos are getting already under pressure. Telcos have a huge knowledge about their customers. They have proper systems in place. They have a lot of data available. They are very, very clear going through the KYC journey with their customers already. So there's a lot of benefit of the data that the operator has. It's a trusted brand. People have phones, and that's everywhere. So from a sheer system perspective, that you have one phone and you want to have on the phone an app, and you have an operator, obviously, it is a logical way to bring this together. You can use the data on both sides. You can use data modeling. You get a lot of insights. You need data scientists. We at Freedom, for example, we have around 11,000 employees, and most of them are actually data and digital and data scientists. We invest a lot in AI. And I believe in the next 2 to 3 years, you will see how you can use those two data streams of the banking, insurance, brokerage, telecom, and use those all together to build a very, very unique system. And I think this is the power. Again, a very good question. You said it nicely, legacy systems. So it's not only legacy systems, it's heavy regulation, very different P&Ls, very different skill sets. Telecom is a very risk-averse, long player already. They are already quite long digital, more or less good. They have a P&L that is having a very big capex. They have high margins. So that's per nature not very compatible with the fintech space, which is why many of the attempts failed. You need to run these businesses separate, but customer facing, it can be one app. I think both the fintechs and the telecoms are also not very used to partner. I believe partnerships in one way or other, equity included or not, would enable that you have these different skill sets that you need for these two businesses. You can overcome the challenges on the financial understandings of these businesses. Again, finance is a very different one, huge volumes, rather low margins. So you need to get this going and you need to be successful. And in this, you need to have the culture of this both, but you have a front end. You need to find a way how to use the data on both sides, and this will be a regulation topic, which we will answer in a minute. So in summary, I think partnering between telecoms and fintechs or banks, two, working together, but keep in mind that you need different skill sets. You need also different systems, but you have the same data. You need to find a way to use this data, and if this is happening and the setting is right and you select the correct partners, I think that you can build a very, very compelling story and a very, very compelling position. So a lot of people tend to say regulation is difficult. I believe if the first big topic is that if you have a concept as a telecom or a fintech or both together, and you develop what you want to do and why you want to do it and how you want to do it, use one KYC journey, use one data set in these terms at least, and you work with the regulator will help in building the regulation needed without obviously mixing the data to enable such business cases. So I think we as an industry need to get these industries closer. You need to have strong knowledge in both sides. You need to work with the regulator once you know what you want to do and how you want to do it to get it approved. And then you can make a very, very seamless customer journey, because if you look at United Nations, World Bank, they are very, very keen to drive digital and financial inclusion. To drive digital and financial inclusion, you need to have coverage in rural areas. That's not a topic in the UAE and in most of the GCC, but for example, in Africa and in other regions, it is still a big job, and rural areas underserved. You need to have affordable smartphones. You need to have affordable data plans, because if you have a beautiful phone but you have no data connection, there is no digital inclusion. And then obviously, if you can serve within this digital inclusion pillar already the financial inclusion, then you are actually addressing two of those main pillars. On the financial inclusion, the customer journeys need to be easy and very, very straightforward. A lot of people are unbanked because, one, they don't have easy access, two, maybe not the knowledge. Sometimes there's even the language and reading and writing capability an issue. So that's per definition something where a telecom operator who has more customers than obviously banking customers can really help in this KYC journey, very easy journeys to onboard a customer, to enable the financial inclusion. I think this is the main opportunity for this industry.